Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Katrina, and in this video we're going to be talking about goal setting, the new year's, prepping mentally, and just kind of like playing with our makeup, getting ready, getting some ideas for New Year's Eve, and have a good time. Okay, so we're gonna start with foundation. How y'all doing? How was your Christmas? I hope everything is going well. I just thought I would come up here and we could do our makeup together for New Year's. It's not New Year's today, but I wanted to put this video out to get y'all excited for the new year. Have a little girl talk, you know. I don't know about you guys, but everyone wants to say, not everyone, but it's been really a cliche to sort of trend to kind of like, you know, that quote, new year, new me. And there's nothing wrong with it. I think it has a bad name because, you know, we're not always committed. I won't say we, but a lot of people aren't always necessarily committed to the goals that they set themselves up for. And get y'all a drink. Let's vibe out. You know, you could have water, juice, sparkling apple cider, soda, whatever you like. But like I was saying, I think that quote has such a bad connotation associated with it, just for the sake of, a lot of people say that they want to do this, this, and that. But when it gets down to the sacrifices and everything that's going to take to actually make these things a reality in their lives, honestly, for a lot of people, and for me too, at times in my life, depending on what we're talking about, it was not necessarily something that I could fully commit to and dedicate to, you know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, everyone's gonna move when they're ready to move. So let's do concealer. And I think it's really good to sit here and just be honest about the fact that, you know, it's important for us to plan, and at the end of the year is a really great time to just go back to this time last year and kind of reflect, like, what were my goals at that time? You know, what did I make happen? What did I fall short on? Is this something that I still want? You know, did I succeed? Do I need to rededicate to this, that, and the third? And it's super, super important, because I think, number one of the things that has brought the most change in my life is, first of all, bringing God in the center of any and everything that I really, really want to do, accomplish, succeed at in my life. And that's not to sit here and get religious or convert anyone. It's just to sit here and really bring something to the forefront of everyone's mind, that regardless of what religion you believe in, if you believe in God, or, you know, you believe in the universe, or, you know, whatever it is that you believe in, that it's important for you to bring that at the center of whatever it is that you're setting yourself out to do. Because literally, I'm going to speak from a God perspective. It's not to sit here and get religious or anything like that, but for me personally, I can only speak from my own experience. You know, I think that the biggest theme of the past year has been this scripture, and it's Philippians 4:13. It's something that I've had my daughter memorize as well, and it's, I can do all things through God who strengthens me. And I just want to encourage y'all that if you feel defeated, if you feel like, you know, there's so much that you want to do that you're having a hard time accomplishing or pursuing or whatever it is, I want you to really consider sitting down and praying and really bringing it to God. Because at the end of the day, I feel like so many years and times in my life where I really wanted to do things and I just couldn't do it. And you know, we try to sit here and look within ourselves and blame ourselves and kind of get into this toxic cycle of, you know, is there something wrong with me, you know, etc., etc. But at the end of the day, I think it's really important to remember that you are not God. And that whole scripture is just, you know, encouragement to say that, you know, the things that you want to set out, the things that you want to do, a lot of times you're not going to be able to accomplish really, really great things if you don't have God at the center of it, because literally God will give you what it is that you need to make those things real in your life. And it wasn't until I started really taking that to heart and really diving deep in my relationship with God that I was really able to finally move the needle, you know what I mean? And I think that it can be scary because I think, you know, it's just hard to have faith sometimes when you've experienced so much in life. But if you'll just find the faith to just talk to God and pray and tell him what it is that you want. And it could be the simplest thing, like, you know, God, give me strength. You know what I mean? And it'll mean all the difference, because you'll find yourself with that strength, with that discipline, with that consistency, showing up with that rigor, you know, to really get the job done. And then by the end of the year, you're going to feel unstoppable. And I just want to, you know, kind of well, we're going to have several conversations today about just being super, super intentional, because at the end of the day, I know we all have our own things that we want to accomplish in life, you know what I mean? And while I'm here on this channel, I might as well sit here and just share with y'all what I have found has worked for me personally, you know what I mean? And so as we're ending this year, and I'm just taking some translucent powder, I'll leave all the links below for you guys. As we're ending this year, I just want to encourage y'all to really intentionally take the time to reflect on this past year. What lessons have we learned? Where did we fall short? What are some things that we want to continue to work on and really master this upcoming year? What are some of our successes, you know? What worked for us? What didn't? And really approach this upcoming year with so much intention. You know what I mean? And I hope that you all will take these conversations and have it reverberate into conversations you have outside of like this video, outside of this time. You can of course share this video, of course, but you know, open up the conversation. Like, what are you guys like trying to do this upcoming year? Like, what are your goals? And of course, you probably want to have these conversations with people you care about, people you're close with, because if you're anything like me, I'm not about to sit here and tell nothing to nobody about my plans. Because if there's one thing about people, and there's one thing about having goals and dreams and everything like that, it's that the evil eye and jealousy and negativity and doubt are very, very real things. And so I want to caution y'all to, of course, be careful who y'all share your dreams and your intentions with, because at the end of the day, sometimes the people who are praying for your downfall are the people who are closest to you. And I mean that with the utmost authenticity and respect. you know. And to be really honest, you know, a lot of the times, not a lot of times, sometimes these are people who don't even realize their power or what it is that they're doing. It's just their own self-doubt and their own insecurities that are leaking out and bleeding onto your own dreams. And so just be careful about who you share your plans with. But I definitely, like, when it comes to, like, if you're a mother, definitely have these conversations with your kids, instill in them that it's important for them to think about their future, to dream really, really big, to talk to God, and to co-create what it is that they want for their life, especially as, you know, people of color. We gotta do it. We gotta do it. And I get really oily, y'all, on another note, so I'm gonna put powder right here on my eyelids, set that on my forehead, on my brows. Make sure we don't crease under here. I don't think I really bake. I just press it in really good around the mouth, and especially my nose. So when we're talking about, like, what are we gonna do to, like, prepare for the new year, because it can be kind of vague, ambiguous, like you don't really know what to do, right? After praying, I think number 2, one of my biggest gems I could give you if you have goals and things you're trying to accomplish is get a planner. Make sure you have a planner. Make sure that you have something where you could visually see what it is that you're trying to, not what you're trying to do, but where you can write and plan out what it is that you're actually going to do with your time. Otherwise, you can find yourself not knowing where the time went. Okay, so we have foundation, we did our concealer. I'm going to set the rest of my face. I have this really big fluffy brush right here, and I've left the link to these brushes several times in my videos, but I'm gonna keep leaving them. I absolutely love this brush set. If I'm being really honest, I bought this brush set just because I loved how big and fluffy this brush was. But I'm just gonna use this to set my entire face, the rest of my face lightly. So anyway, get yourself a planner, write in it every single day. Like, I'm the type of person who every single week I will sit down on Sundays. I feel like Sundays are a good time for me because I'm off on the weekends. Sunday is kind of that reset day for me. So whichever day gives you that reset energy, dedicate that day to just sit down, take, you know, 15, 30 minutes, an hour, however long it takes for you to plan your upcoming week. And keep in mind what your goals are, you know what I mean? Like earlier today, I took the time to write down what are my goals for this upcoming year. And like I told my daughter, you can separate your goals into 3 different categories, right? So your first set of goals, that might be based on like 6 months. Like, what do I want to accomplish in 6 months? The next set of goals could be, what is it that I want to accomplish by this time next year? In 1 year, what are the things that I want to accomplish? And then you can have a separate other category to really, really start dreaming big. And that one, you know, God goals, okay? What are the really, really big things that I want to happen that feel a little out of reach, but I still want to sit here and vocalize it with God to really co-create this larger picture of what I'd like to see in my life. You know what I mean? And I think that's so important. And I was talking to my daughter about this, like, really take the time to sit down. It could just be a regular notebook, or you can create like a cutesy little mood board or something like that. on Canva or something, but write down what it is your goals are for this upcoming year. And that will do so much for just holding yourself accountable, because it's going to be subconsciously in the back of your mind, and it's going to be something that you can go back and look at throughout the next 365. You know what I mean? So after you've written your goals, like, my next thing is to make sure that I have my planner. I love this brand called Bloom Planners. That's the planner I've used for years now. Sorry, let's get back to this makeup. So I'm going to go ahead and bronze. And this is the Fenty Beauty bronzer. I'll leave the links and the shades and everything like that below. But yes, Bloom Planners is a planner that I have used literally probably for, it's probably been about 5 years at least. I've used that planner to literally plan and help me to stay organized, help me to stay on task with what my goals are. When I started this channel, I was actually living in like Section 8, you know, living on welfare, barely making it. And with time and dedication and just continuing to sit here and want more, I live in a house and I'm not where I want to be, for sure. There's definitely more that I want to accomplish, but the success is just progression, continuing to progress, continuing to go out and go after it. And in 2023, baby, don't play with me, okay? She is not the one. She is not the one, and neither are you, okay? And I just want us to sit here and win together. I want us to sit here and really go after the things that we want. I don't want us to be doing no more of the settling stuff or none of it, okay? I'm gonna highlight. Let's see. I'll use this brush. I think I'll use this one. I like a really fluffy brush. We're going to go ahead and highlight the tops of cheekbones. Right here. Yes, get yourself a planner and make sure that you're actually planning what it is that you want. And I know it could be intimidating at first, especially if you're not at a place in your life where you're like super happy with where you are, or you're feeling like content with the things that you've accomplished this year. Maybe you've just had a bad year. Whatever the case is, I really want to encourage you to just take an hour, 30 minutes, you know, just sit down, light a candle, grab yourself a drink, take a deep breath, allow yourself to just settle and be with yourself with, you know, a pen and paper. It could just be your phone where you can type it, whatever you prefer, and really just allow yourself to think about what it is this year has meant for you, what you've learned, what you didn't like, what you loved, all of those things. Allow those things to come to your forefront and just let it flow. Allow yourself to write this stuff down. And then at the end of it, ask yourself, what do I want to see next year? What do I want my 2023 to look like? You know what I mean? because at the end of the day, it's empowering to sit here and call out and claim the blessings that are yours, and to know that if you put God at the center of that, there's no stopping you. Okay, I promise you that there's no stopping you. When your heart is pure and you are genuine and you put God at the center of everything that you do, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's gonna happen for you. And there's always three answers, right? There's always three answers God is gonna give you. It's gonna be yes. We love yes. It's gonna be yes. It's gonna be not yet. Or I have something better. I have something bigger for you, okay? I got the highlighter going on. Let's go ahead and actually contour, because I forgot about that. Well, I forgot to contour my nose. So I'm gonna say it again. It's yes, not yet, or I got something bigger and better for you, okay? And I want y'all to remember that, because I think so many times we get discouraged, we feel unsure, doubtful, and a lot of that, I'm gonna be honest, a lot of that comes from a place of feeling alone and not acknowledging the fact that you are a queen, you are a king, you are the daughter, you are the son of the Most High Infinite Spirit God, okay? And don't you ever forget it, okay? And if you guys are interested in like where this is coming from, I could leave scriptures down below. Just let me know. Leave it in the comments that you want to know, like, where is the biblical evidence of this? Because baby, I got it for you, okay? You are royalty, okay? And if you just put God at the center of it, no, there's nothing you can't do. And the type of shift that you get, it will transform and renew your mind. It don't matter what you've been through, because I've been through a lot. All right, I'm not about to sit here and put my business out there, but I've been through a lot. And it don't matter who you are, what you've done, whether you think you're deserving or not, whatever. God loves you. He wants you. And he's just waiting. He's just waiting. And if you would just put him at the center of it, I promise you, things will begin to change for you, and you will feel like a completely different person. I'm telling you, when you truly, truly get there, when you truly open your heart and allow yourself to see, when you ask God, give me eyes to see, okay? Help me, give me strength, God. I want to hear from you. I want to talk to you, you know, and you're open and you go to him with everything. I'm telling you, it's a different type of confidence. It's a different type of success. It's a different type. And when I bring all this up, I want you also to like I grew up from a place where at one point I didn't identify with Christianity like at all. And it was because of my experiences. It was because of the fact that I felt like I had to be perfect. And I want to tell you right now, it don't matter. Like I said, it don't matter who you are or what you've done. You do not need to earn God's love. God loves you just like he loves, you know, Miss Goody Two Shoes over there. Okay? And there's biblical proof of that too. Okay? You don't need to earn his love. His love is already all the way up here for you, okay? Don't play with it. Don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it. And don't let no voices come up in your head and tell you different, because it's a lie. And you have to learn how to call it out. Get the hell on, okay? Let them know. And I really just feel called to share this with y'all. This is like super, super out my comfort zone. I'm not even gonna lie. This is like really out my comfort zone. I really feel like it's even, I could even say like unlike me to talk like this, but it's really on my heart to share this with y'all. And so yeah, number one, pray. Keep God at the center of it all. Number two, get a planner. Make sure that you actually plan this stuff. Co-create, okay? Co-create with God himself, okay? About your life, what it is that you want, and what you want to see, you know, as these days continue to pass on. Let's do our brows. This is the Rare Beauty Shape and Fill Duo. This is so cute. This is in the shade light brown. I'm not entirely sure if I got the right shade. I use this darker cool tone shade right here. This one is too warm for me. Luckily, that's the one that was like broken when I received it. I didn't really care too much. Look, this actually has a built-in brush. Love that. Selena, girl, you are slaying it, okay? And it has a little mirror like this. So let's go ahead and do our brows. So after you're done planning and everything like that, from there, I think it's really important for you to not just write it down, but for you to actually make a visual reminder with like a vision board, you know, some sort of a mood board that reminds you of those goals you already wrote down and committed to pursuing. I'm really excited about this one because I love a good mood board. I love a good collage. I love all that. And Pinterest boards are cool, but I found it really, really difficult to create a vision board, a mood board that I really, really love, that's not feeling, what's the word? Just like out of my way to create, you know what I mean? And so recently, Pinterest, shout out to y'all, Pinterest actually created, and I'm pretty sure this is a new app. If not, it's new for me, called Shuffles. I want to say it's plural, Shuffles. And it's an app that allows you to create collages. So you can create like a whole entire mood board, right? And I love that for us. I haven't made my mood board yet, but I'm definitely going to be making one either today or like throughout the next coming days as we get up to New Year's, because I love that. It like cuts out the photos and everything for you. You're able to like arrange things, create your whole vision board and all that. And I'm here for it, yes. And then at the end of it, you can save it. And then from there, I mean, you can do anything. You can post it on social media. If it's your personal vision board for 2023, I would highly advise against posting it for the entire world to see, just because, like I said, it's important to practice discernment with who you share your goals with. I think it's very important for you to move in silence. Don't share too much with people. But you know, to each his own. You do what you want to do. That's none of my business. But you can in the future create other mood boards that you share for social media, just like things that you create for fun. But I think that where the power really comes in is that you're able to create these vision boards, these mood boards, and then you can save it. You can put it on your phone, like as the wallpaper. You can put it on your iPad, your laptop, whatever. And I'm pretty sure, but I'm not certain because I haven't used the app fully yet. I've just kind of like taken a look, done a little research, but definitely make a mood board. Even if you don't use the Shuffles app and you decide to do this by hand, you want to get out all the magazines you've collected and cut everything out and use your hands and glue and really like to create intentionally like this mood board that is a vision of what you want. I'd highly recommend it. I've made like Pinterest mood boards before, but I've never really made a mood board that I actually like kept around, that but I've never really made a mood board that I constantly referred to throughout the year. But I'm excited to actually get into that, because the only reason why I haven't done that is because it's felt like too much of a hassle. So the brows are done. We're gonna brush them out. If you don't get your eyebrows threaded, like, I'd highly recommend you try it. When I was in high school, I always got my brows waxed, and like threading didn't really become a mainstream kind of like, I don't want to say accessible, because maybe it wasn't accessible because I didn't know about it, but it didn't become very popular until I was like already graduated from high school. So if you get your brows waxed, or you don't get your brows done like at all, I highly recommend you try it out. Especially if you're someone who just maintains your brows on your own. I feel like getting them threaded lasts a lot longer than getting them waxed. And the ladies at the threading place, like, do your research, search it on Google, look at the reviews, pick a place with 4 stars plus, and then try out some different professionals there at the location you choose. But the ladies there really know their stuff. Like, they really know how to shape your brows in a way that is most flattering. A lot of times I'll even say like, hey, you know, this brow is a little thinner than that one, you know, do you want me to even them out? Do you want me to let the other one grow out? It's a little like longer this way. Do you want to keep them longer? Do you like it shorter? Like, they really kind of like talk to you to figure out. And I just put some clear gel on my brows to keep them in place. But they do a really, really good job. And then once you actually get it done, it's like $12 or something like that. And then you can easily just use some tweezers to keep that shape. And if y'all want, let me know in the comments down below if you want me to do a brow maintenance video, because I don't get my brows threaded all the time. I probably go about once a month. But yeah, let me know if you want like a maintenance type of video. You know, I got you. Okay, so next up, we're going to go ahead and apply, we're gonna get into the eyes. So, and actually, let's go ahead and highlight under the eyes first. I'm going to be using this Lorac Mega Pro. Y'all, I've had this palette since literally when I started this channel. Besides the original Urban Decay Naked palette, this is one of my all-time favorite palettes. I'm gonna take a flat makeup brush like this one. This is from BH Cosmetics. The number rubbed off, but what I want to do is actually highlight under the brows first, and I'm going to use the shade Fawn. I'm going to use the shade Fawn in this palette, which is my skin tone, but a bit lighter. And I'm just going to tap, tap, tap very lightly underneath it, underneath my brow. Okay, and so on the topic of mood boards, I think mood boards would be an amazing, really fun activity to do with your kids. Like, I'm a mom, so I'm always going to consider my baby. I'm always going to consider my niece. And so if you're a mother, an aunt, you know, a role model, I'd highly recommend that you know, do include your kids, because I just think it's so important to pass this information down and instill this into our children while they're young, so that ultimately it will enrich their lives to a point where it becomes part of who they are, their lifestyle, something that they remember that they learned from you, and it's something that they could take away and pass on to their friends, to their children, to their families, to future generations. You know what I'm saying? So yes, we're gonna highlight underneath the brows. Okay, so if you're a role model or a parent, I'd encourage you to make it fun, make it an event, make it a topic of conversation, to talk to your kids about planning their futures. You know what I mean? And honestly, it should be exciting. It should be exciting to plan their future, to know that you can literally co-create what it is that you want in your life. You want to be an actor, you want to be a model, you want to be super successful, you want to be this and that. Take it to God. Take it to God, and things will reveal itself. You will be strengthened and empowered in ways that you can't explain, in ways that you weren't before, all that. So moving on from there, we're gonna go ahead and put, like, I'm going to do a shade that is probably 2 shades darker than my own skin tone. So I'm going to use this color brown on the palette, and I'm just gonna put that all over the lid. So I'm just gonna use a fluffy eye brush to start to build that color up on the lid, and even in the crease. Work it in the outer corner. Look up, even like start to work it into that bottom lash line. And just build it up. So once we do mood boards, that's 3, so I'm so thorough. Okay, so prayer, keep God in the center of everything you do. Number 2, make sure that you plan it strategically every day, every single week. Get your planner and write that stuff out. If you're an electronic person, by the way, this year is the first time that I'm moving, like top of the year, I'm moving to a digital planner, so I'm not gonna be doing the balloon planners, but I will leave that link down below if you're physical. So number 2 is plan, right? So if you're the type of person where physically you prefer to write it down, balloon planners is your best friend. They have the stickers, they have the cute little things. Go to Michael's, get you some cute little accessories to like decorate your planner. Make it cute, make it lovable, okay? And you will go back to it, you will enjoy it. It'll become part of like a weekly ritual for you, right? Okay, I've been doing that for about like 5 years now, and now that I'm past that stage, I'm really more of like a digital person. I like sustainability. I don't like to create more waste than necessary. So this year is the first year that I'm actually moving to a digital planner, and the digital planner that I have is dope. It's fire. So I'll leave that link down below too. So anyway, So we're going to continue with this brown on the other lid. And we're going to keep building it out, just like we're going to be building our futures, okay? And this is a makeup look that I'm actually going to bring a wing out. And so you can bring it out of the corner of the eyes a bit too. And so we're just going to keep on building this. And so after mood boards, I think it's really important to also think about like books. Right? But when you're planning and you're going through this process, I encourage y'all to think about what are the books that I feel like would really benefit me and where I am in my life. Okay, because books are something that is, I don't want to say it's universal, but it is timeless. I don't want to say that it is universal, because it's not. Everyone is in their own place, you know what I mean? But it's definitely timeless. You can read a book and spend 10, 15, 20, maybe $25 to $30, right? You could spend that small investment and gain a whole century, a whole decade of knowledge. And that is powerful in so many ways. And so I encourage y'all to really think about what it is that you're struggling with, what it is that you want to grow. Like, what are your goals? Again, refer to your goals. That's why I've ordered it the way that I've ordered it. Refer to your goals and think, what are the things that I've mentioned in my goals that I can supplement and support through reading? Something as basic as reading. And if you just dedicate 30, 45 minutes a day to just reading a book that directly aligns with God's purpose for you, the goal you've set out for yourself for this year, it will put you light years ahead to literally reach your goals, I'm telling you. And so I actually pulled some books for my collection to really like share with y'all. Some books that I have felt that are truly life-changing and impactful, and I hope that it blesses you, honestly. One of them, the first one I'm going to mention, is one that I actually don't have physically. It's a book I listened to. It's an audio book. Well, it's a you know, a book you can read, obviously, but I listened to it through the mode of like audiobook, right? And I'll leave the link below because you can actually find it for free on YouTube. And I have to say, it's one of the most powerful books I feel like you could ever read as a woman of color, of a man of color, just a person in this world who is trying to understand financial literacy. I feel like no matter who you are, what color you are, purple, green, blue, black, white, brown, tan, golden, it don't matter. No matter who you are, money is always going to be a place where you have to learn how to succeed. You just have to. And so this book, I feel like, is one of the most impactful books I've ever read. I read it once. I plan on reading it again for the second time this year. And you know what's really, really powerful? When the church you start attending says, you know what, I talked to the author, and I made sure that he granted this entire church, all of us, access to his paid membership to really target financial literacy. Like that's how you really, like, I read the book, and literally like probably 2 months later, the pastor I decided to start like really subscribing to, he came to us in the Sunday sermon and told us, like, listen, Financial literacy is an issue. It's a problem. It's vague. It's ambiguous. It is an area where we have to master. And I secured the wisdom. Okay? He literally spoke to Dave Ramsey, the author of this book, and made sure that all of us were able to sign up for that and get the wisdom. So when I tell you that you need to read the Total Money Makeover, I really mean that. Like, I really mean that in my heart of hearts. Like, it is the #1 book that I'll probably recommend to any and everyone. Read that book, and you can read it for free because I'm going to leave the link below for the audiobook. That's #1. Okay, Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. You got to get your finances up. You got to make sure your credit is good. You got to make sure that you position yourself to win, because in this world, in this lifetime, you got to make sure your money is straight. Okay? And so the other book I'm going to mention is Psycho Cybernetics. This is just the version that I have. This is also available by audiobook, and I'll leave that down below for you guys. Let me know if you're interested in that. Actually, I'll just leave the link down in the description bar. You don't even need to leave me a comment about whether or not you are interested. The comment will be in the description. Not the comment. The link will be in the description box for y'all. Psycho Cybernetics, this goes straight into your mind and starts talking to you about what it is that you're struggling with, why you're struggling with it, how to reroute it. This book is life-changing as well, because it's all about rewiring your mind. And that's just as important, if not, and that's literally just as important. Okay, and so the other book I'm going to recommend, and this is for men or women, like this is Ferocious Warrior by Cora Jakes Coleman. I took the dust jacket, I don't know what it's called. I took the cover off of this one because honestly I didn't like it. I'm feeling the red, to be honest. But Ferocious Warrior by Cora James Coleman. Like, this book is definitely from the perspective of a woman, but I feel like no matter who you are, man or woman, male or female, this book is going to speak to you on every level about building your faith up, learning how to really, like, if you feel lost and just kind of like intimidated and confused about like how to begin to call God into your life, like I feel like, and you're like, you don't know where to start, like this is a beautiful place to start. I definitely feel like it is from the perspective of a woman. Like Cora Jakes Coleman is definitely a woman, so the story she shares is definitely from a woman's perspective. But I think that no matter what gender you are, you should be able to relate. I mean, this book is written by Cora Jakes Coleman, which is definitely a woman, so she speaks from her own experience, her own life, and so it's definitely from a woman's perspective. But if you don't have faith, or you have a hard time finding the faith, you don't know where to start, you're in the beginning of your journey of just trying to like involve God in everything that you do, I definitely think that this is a beautiful place to start. And then the last book I'm going to recommend is a book that's definitely for women only. This is Woman Thou Art Healed and Whole, a 90-day devotional journey. This is by T.D. Jakes, and it is Cora's father. This book is literally an entire journey. It's a book that I began reading in a time of my life where I was broken. I was hurt. I was confused. I was so many things. And if you're a woman struggling with anything that has broken you, I highly recommend y'all check this book out. It has been something that has helped me immensely with my entire experience with God, with that connection, with building it, with faith, and just understanding like where even this pain has come from. And speaking on pain and, you know, disheartening experiences, I just want to tell you that no matter who you are, what you've been through, you don't deserve the things that you've gone through. And it's important to realize that the things that you go through are also the things that build you. And I know that that can be like a really hard pill to swallow, but some things you just have to learn, especially when it comes down to considering what your upbringing is. And if you're a woman and you're of an age of like dating men and being in a relationship, I'd highly recommend you guys check out this book. This book has been so therapeutic for me, and I just can't stress it enough. But we're going to go ahead and create the wing. So you can use whatever liner you would usually use for your cat eye. I don't usually use liquid eyeliner if I'm going to use black. I usually will use the Benefit roller liner in that brown shade that they have. But because I don't have that, I'm going to actually use an eyeshadow, and I prefer it that way just because I don't like the harshness of a typical liquid black eyeliner. And so I'm going to start with that same eyeshadow palette we've been using in the shade Espresso. And I'm going to use this angled flat eyeliner brush. And I'm going to use it for the eyes. And I'm just going to flip it this way. And I'm going to start in the middle of my eye. And start to sweep it outwards. I'm the type of person that prefers to kind of like build this up. Especially when we're talking eyes. And when it comes to winged liner, take it from me, it's something that you definitely need to experiment on and come to an understanding about what you feel looks the best. Now for me, I have fairly large eyes. I mean, I don't think I have big eyes, but I definitely have prominent eyes. And so for me, I like to bring them straight out, but not upwards. And so I'm using the Espresso shade now, but I'm going to take it down to this Caviar shade, which is probably more of like a charcoal black. And we're working in the same palette we've been working in. Caviar. And for me, I really do like taking it all the way to the inner quarter. So I'm going to take this brush and dip that very corner edge right here. That very corner of that brush. dip it into that caviar shade, which is a really dark, and I'm going to start from the corner, and I'm going to begin to drag it to that outer corner. And I'm just going to repeat it on the opposite eye. Alright, so I have the eyes lined. I prefer to use powder because it just gives a softer, I guess, definition to the eyes, versus the really harshness that liquid liner can do. And so from there, we're gonna actually add the rhinestones. I'm really excited. I'm gonna be doing a sort of, I guess you could say, Euphoria inspired eye look. So I have these gemstones. I'll leave, I mean, I can't make any promises because I actually bought these gems a little while ago, but I'll leave the link down below if I could find it. If not, I'll leave links to similar products. These are, what are they called? Iridescent colored gems. But I'm gonna take some eyelash glue and apply small dots in areas where I think I'm gonna go ahead and lay gemstones down. These are iridescent colored. I originally bought them with the intention of really purchasing clear stones, but the seller actually by accident ended up sending me the wrong colors. Well, the wrong color, I should say. I was supposed to get the clear ones, and he sent me like these iridescent ones. So I ended up getting a refund, but I never repurchased the gems. So we're gonna just apply them to, I guess you could say, like parallel to wherever your bottom lash line is, you'll apply them parallel to that. And then we're gonna apply them to this area here. Okay, so same thing. I'm going to apply a tiny gemstone, so smaller than the ones I just placed here, right there. And then parallel to this same line here, I'm going to apply that to this area, just 2 of them. And then the same size I applied here is the same size I'll apply there. And this is like a wax pencil or something that actually came with the set that I bought, which is really helpful because you just dip it into this container and it just sticks to the tip. And it actually came with this little sharpener as well. And the way this is sparkling is just giving me life. Okay, and so before I continue on with this look, I want to add some glam to it. So I'm going to use the Smoky Topaz shade in this palette to just add some shimmer, some glam to the look. And then I'm going to take that same brush I was using to just darken and redefine that wing. Okay, that's cute. I'm not sure if that's quite the glam I was looking for, but we could rock with it. If you're at home playing with this and you see that this is not really what you're going for, I would actually, I think what I was really going for was more of a glitter. And so I would use like a ColourPop Super Shock shadow to add some of that. Just like, I want to add glitter. I really want to add some glitter. So what I'm going to do with this other eye, I'm going to go in with Twitter Padded from ColourPop, which is a beautiful pink rose cream shadow. It's an ultra glitter finish. And as you can see, like, it's giving gold. And this has glitter in it, and that's really more of like what I was going for. Like, I want to add glitter into the mix. So yeah, we're gonna go over top of this with our finger and just, ooh, yes. Add the glitter. I hope y'all can see, but I'm just gonna add, I want glitter on me. Okay, and so I'm gonna repeat the same thing on the opposite eye. This isn't all of, I'm actually gonna add more crystals, but just for the sake of making things even. Oh, I like it, this is cute. Okay, so we're gonna apply more glue this time, just on, just a little bit below the tear duct here, and above. Okay, and try to make it even. On the opposite side. Okay, and then so with those same larger crystals you've been using, okay, and then from here, I'm gonna add 3 dots on each side for those smaller crystals. And I'm gonna place it here, here, and here. That same smaller size I've been using, and then same on the other side. I mean, shout out to the makeup artist, because it's not easy to kind of like get this to be symmetrical. I don't think I got it, although we're doing our best for sure. So that's the look on that. What I want to do is just deepen the liner here. On this side. Okay, so that's what we have so far. The final thing, well, the final touches, I should say, is lashes. You can definitely put some falsies on. I'm not going to. I'm just gonna wear my natural lashes. And this is the NARS Climax mascara. It's one of my favorite mascaras for volume specifically. But in terms of length, I really like the Lash Paradise. This just happens to be the waterproof. I actually haven't tried the regular, so I can't really speak to how the regular works or if they're different or the same or whatever the case is. But this right here, for length, makes my lashes look honestly like really long abnormally. And I really, actually, I do feel like it adds to even the volume of my natural lash. Okay, and because this is a nighttime look, I'm actually going to line my bottom lash line with the Makeup Forever Aqua Resist pencil in Ebony. I have some fallout from the mascara and the eyeshadow. So I'm actually going to take a brush and go through the crease to remove any mascara that might have transferred onto my lid. And then I'm going to take a fluffy face brush and just brush off any excess product that fell. I'm going to go in and just redefine the areas that could need defining. I am gonna add some blush. This is the Tarte blush in Party in the shade, yeah, actually, I already said it, in the shade Party. I'm going to emphasize, we need more highlight. We really need to be glowing out here. Especially because it's gonna be probably dark wherever you are. All right, so I'm going to show you guys how I would actually go about achieving that gold glitter lip gloss look without paying like the $40+ for that Dior gold lip gloss that's going viral. I'm going to start with lining the lips. Definition is everything, okay? Okay, and so what you want to do is take a glitter that you have. I'm going to use the ColourPop. I'm going to use the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in Twitter Padded, the same eyeshadow I use for my lids. This is like a pink, but it has like, this is, what is this called? An ultra glitter finish. So you want to do like a glitter finish eyeshadow. This has like a gold finish to it, like gold glitters throughout the shadow. And just apply that with your fingers. You can put it all over your lips. I'm just gonna focus it in the center. And just lightly rub that across the lips. You can use an eyeshadow for this too, but I don't use like glittery eyeshadows. All my all my highlighters are very, very sheeny because I want that glossy, natural glow to the skin. But for this, you want a more glitter finish. So I'm gonna use this. And it doesn't need to be this one. Whatever glitter you have. And then I'm going to just put a clear gloss over it. Usually I would use the LA Girl clear like squeeze tube. But I can't find it right now. So I'm going to use the Naturium Phyto Glow Lip Balm, which comes in this tube like this. And it's a clear gloss.
I'm outside in an AMG. Right outside, TT, two-turn baby girl, you know me. Still with the dolls that I grew beside. All the niggas round me, died and they died. Gotta watch the time, cause it's flying right by. I'm outside.
Alright, y'all, so this is the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed this look. Definitely really new for me. I hope you guys definitely enjoyed, but I hope it inspires you and motivates you to get out of your comfort zone, try something different. I hope our conversation today has also been a source of just perspective and inspiration. And so if you have any thoughts, leave me some comments down below, and I'll see you on the next one. Happy New Year!
Certain things have started getting tense up. Think we need to have a sun adventure. I could be a man, but maybe down the road. Right now I would rather see my heart turn to chrome. Rather see my heart turn crystal. I can't even front like I don't miss you. Right now I'm just stuck inside the crib on my own. Soon as I free up, I'm about to pop up on your phone. Like I'm outside in an AMG, right outside, PT, two-turn baby girl, you know me.